It's good to have you back. Let's bring you this now. Former eThekwini Mayor Zandile Gumede, of course, is expected back in the Durban High Court. This in Durban this morning. Now, she and her 21 co-accused are currently appearing for pre-trial proceedings there, and Gumede has been implicated, we know, in a 430 million rand Durban solid waste, tender scandal. But eNCA senior reporter that Siphamandla Goge is out in Durban, just out of the High Court, to give us more clarity on what to expect this morning. Colleague, it's good to talk to you. I mean, I've missed you. That's no lie. But tell us what's been happening just in terms of what to expect today in court with Zandile Gumede.
Nothing much to expect today. It will all be about technicalities and arguments, but all of that is about pre-trial issues. So today it's not the start of the trial. Both parties, that is the state and the defense, they would outline all the processes, they will iron out all the issues and brief each other about outstanding matters and issues, and then the court will rule when the trial date will be set formally, where we'll get underway. But for now, it's all pre-trial issues. Let me tell you that I've seen Zandile Gumede's supporters and his staunch allies here. They have arrived. So inside the Durban High Court here, they will be discussing technical issues about whether the state is ready, the defense is ready, have they furnished each other with all the necessary and required documents. We are talking about thousands of paperwork here and volumes of documents. Let me tell you that we expect that this will be one of the longest trials in the history of South Africa. In total, there are 21 accused persons. But there are those who are high-profile politicians and who are senior managers in eThekwini municipality. So here you've got Abu Roberts, who is accused number 1, and then you will have Zandile Gumede, accused number 16, and you will have a city manager of eThekwini, Siphamandla here. So this case includes a number of high-profile politicians and managers and officials from eThekwini municipality. But of course, of particular interest and focus is the former eThekwini mayor Zandile Gumede, who is accused number 6. But in total, it's Mr. Abu Roberts accused number 1 and 20 others. And in that 20 others, we are talking about Zandile Gumede. There are also 4 councillors from eThekwini that have joined Zandile Gumede in this matter. I remember when this story broke, it started off as a small story where it was being reported that few officials from eThekwini have been arrested following that forensic investigation about, at the time, a tender which was worth about 240 million. That's the Durban solid waste tender. But that amount has grown now. You are talking about 430 million in total that is said to be involved in this Durban solid waste tender, and you are talking about 21 accused persons, including Zandile Gumede. So inside court, technicalities, but the story will be outside court. Tumelo, let me tell you, as my colleague Nkanyiso Mdlalose will pen now and show you on the side. Literally, the stage is set for Zandile Gumede to address her supporters when she emerges out of the Durban High Court today. As you can see over there, there is a black truck there with the stage chairs and the marquee. So Zandile Gumede's supporters have just told me that they are not ashamed of supporting her and coming out in numbers here. So we will wait and see what she says when she addresses them later.
Yeah, and with that being said, I mean, you're saying that number grew from over 200 million, colleague, to now 430 million rand. Just remind us of the charges with which Zandile Gumede and her co-accused face at this point.
Well, it's a number of charges here, Tumelo. As you would know, that you are talking about 21 accused persons. All of them, they face different charges, but fraud, corruption, racketeering, those are the main charges that are here, defeating the ends of justice. So some accused will face a number of charges that others will not face. And in total, in terms of counts, there are more than 2,700 counts combined for all the 21 accused that we are talking about. The indictment itself has got few hundreds of pages that we are talking about here. If my memory serves me well, I think it's more than 300 pages. But of course, that tells you about the volumes and the number of paperwork that is involved in this case. When those defense lawyers and the state lead prosecutor enter the Durban High Court, you will see piles and piles of files that talks about the paperwork check the documentation here. And one of the things, by the way, that has seen this case dragging for so long, it's been about 3 years now, close to 3 years, and that's something that Zandile Gumede's supporters have been using, calling for these charges to be dropped, arguing that they are politically motivated. It's because of the delays that we have witnessed in this matter. It's been more than 2.5 years now since the accused were first charged, and there have been delays, and the state has told the Specialized Crimes Court, which used to sit at the Durban Magistrates Court, that the main reason for the delays was the analysis of the evidence here. They had to go through each and every piece of paper to ensure that they analyze everything, they load everything into the system. You are talking about bank statements here, because it's not only politicians that are accused in this matter. You are also talking about business enterprises and entities. There are some companies that are also accused in this matter. So the state was saying they need time to process all of those analyses, and they need to ensure that everything is in order. Hence, we are talking about more than 2,700 counts in total combined. But the main charges here will be fraud, corruption, money laundering, racketeering, and defeating ends of justice.
All right, we'll leave it there. eNCA's senior reporter Siphamandla Goge will be sure to come back to you as that story develops.
I love that bite, that they're not ashamed to support Zandile Gumede, but not come and say it on camera. Back to our colleague down in KZN, Siphamandla Goge, a little bit later as that court case gets underway.